Hi guys, this is Miss M keeping it 100. Now I know I made a video was telling you guys how I got scammed and I had a little part-time job. Now I'm retired, but I got a little part-time job to make extra money like everybody else do. Everybody you can always use extra, okay? Well, listen. So I had this little part-time job. Uh, so then I used to go in and I sit next to well, not next to him, because everybody used to sit a seat apart. There wasn't even that many people in the office. They say that everybody's working from home, but I think they just didn't quit. They didn't have what they said that they had. So when I started in May, I got moved when we got out of class, and then we started working, and I moved next to this lady. I guess she was, she reports to the supervisor. Her and the supervisor is very close, and other people. So apparently she was there for a while. From the day one when I moved next to her, this woman said that she did not like me. And she said, I don't know, maybe it's because of the way she talked. Her voice sounded like she's from out of town, but I knew she was talking about me. So I ignored it. I was like, man, I need to do extra money right now because I got some things I need to do. I said, so I'm not worried about what she's saying. So, of course, me as a black woman, I would wear different hairstyles, different wigs and different colored wigs. And so now she would talk about the hairstyles that I would wear to somebody else and different things like that. So I knew she was talking about me, and I was like, man, I don't want to be targeted by anybody. Now she was younger than me, a white girl. She was. I'm keeping it 100. So I'm like, now I know this woman is not taught. So I tried to be extra nice to her, and we could go to her and ask her questions, and she would help us, because we had just got out of class now. But it seems that I said, well, maybe because I'm older or whatever, maybe I said, but I like to win people over. You know what I mean? I know my personality and the way I talk and treat people, things going to change, so I'm not even worried about it. So I would go in every day and do what I was supposed to do, taking a lot of calls, and our standard was 50 calls a day. Now, mind you, you're doing all this here, you making calls inbound, outbound, doing envelopes, doing letters, sending them different places, going to these different screens and stuff, But anyway, I caught on to the job. So, you know. And so, anyway, she just kept at it and kept at it. And then one time she said, I don't know what they're looking at me for, Monkey Joe. So I said to myself, I said, that she just called somebody monkey. I don't know whether it was me or somebody else because she was talking about everybody, and she reports back to the supervisor and things like that. So I still ignored her, but I was fuming. I said, she just called somebody a monkey on this job. Then she said somebody was talking too loud when they were on the phone. And I was talking real low. I talk real low, and I'm very quiet when I'm at work. I'm trying to make my money. I ain't trying to listen to no other dumb stuff. So I said, I ain't gonna let her run me out of here. I know this is this. I'm just gonna keep this for a little while. You know what I mean? I ain't destitute, but anyway, uh, so she just start talking about me and having this woman. She's Dominican and she's darker than me. Okay, but she had pretty hair and come up and peep out here that day, you know. So let me just say this. I'm like, this woman has targeted me. No matter how nice I tried to be to her, she still wanted to. If she had a bad day, she wanted to say something about me. So I said, I ain't paying her no mind. She's miserable, and she wants me to, because most of everybody had quit their job. It was a horrible place to work. I knew I wasn't going to be there that long because I know I wasn't going. I didn't have to. So anyway, make a long story short, mind you that she had pink hair, tattoos on her, and I said, "Wow, I was like, is she really? I mean, what is her problem with me, or is it black women in general, or is it just me? What is it that she had to go get somebody else to come look and see which style that I had with my hair? One thing about us, we have looks. We can look any way that we want to. We can fix our hair in different ways. We can wear updos. We can wear wigs. We have different looks. And that's just the way it is, okay? And now you should have been used to this by now. It's 2022, okay? So listen, it shouldn't offend you and it shouldn't bother you of which way that I come in there with my hair. It has nothing to do with you. And yes, I'm clean every day, different outfit, and have my rings on. So, I'm just saying this woman comes in and she comes in, and I'm not just saying that, she probably is clean and stuff like that, but she looks at you, and all that. And I'm like, this is where I've been for years, okay? So let me just say that all my life, when I could dress myself. That's just the way I am. But it wasn't just only me. This women that had their hair in long braids. I mean, almost down their back. The women that had their hair in different wigs and stuff like that. Now they know when we have a wig on. Okay, so let me just say. But I'm saying that you targeted me. You want to talk about me and how I wore my hair styles and how I wore my wigs and whatever. And you sitting there with pink hair thinner than mine, real hair. Okay, thinner than mine. So let me say this here. We are not supposed to have anything. We are not supposed to look good, but we do. Most of us do. I mean, that's just the way it is. My face is made up when I went to work, and I wore a different outfit every day that I was there. And let me just say this. Let me just say this. And she looked, and one day I caught her looking, and she said, "Oh, I like them shoes. I love those shoes you have on." And I was like, "Hmm." I said, "Thank you." But I never did say anything to her out the way, because I said, "Oh boy, she gonna catch me one day, because that other person gonna come out." But that's not who I am. Well, anyway, I had decided best thing for me to do is quit this little job, because this a little a job to make little extra money. As I said before, I retired, so I get income every month. But I'm just saying. I wanted something in between, because I some things that I want to do in my home, and stuff like that. So, and I was like, well, I think it's time for me to roll up out of here. I never was disrespectful to anybody. I was very nice on the phone to everybody, because a lot of times that, in customer service, you deal with a lot of elderly people. Well, I'm up there and I'm like, I was exceptionally nice to them older people, because I mean, that's just the way you're supposed to be. Respectful. Thank you. I'm still listen. As old as I am, I'm still saying thank you, no thank you, yes ma'am, and no ma'am. That's been embedded in me ever since I could talk. You know. So let me just say that I quit. I quit because there's nowhere in the world I was going to stay there and be miserable and take somebody's poop. No, because I didn't have to. And so I left. So, I wish she could see this video and said, she was trying to get me fired because they done fired everybody else. Yeah, it was about, I guess, about 8 people in that class. And myself and another lady was the only people that were left out that class. They fired everybody else. And guess what? They all were black. So listen, this is going to be to the end of time. This is the way it is. So I mean, when you think about it, it's that I'm like I retired from one of the biggest corporations, and I'm just like, you know, so I'm getting a little part time job. And do you think that I'm gonna go on a little job? Well, it was part time. It was full time, you know, and I caught on. And I was like, I was like, this woman's picking. And so I said, oh, I guess it's time for me to go. Because I said, I wouldn't stay anywhere and let somebody try to ruin me or bring out something in me and that had that kind of power over me where I get ignorant. So I just refuse to do that. So, I left. The guy said that he had a meeting with one of the bosses, and the bosses said, "Well, why didn't she come to me?" Because they knew I was taking them calls. You hear me? Taking them calls. My stats was good. Here, and I caught on, and I hung in there. But me lost, and I've seen other people that they let go, but they didn't me go. I left, and I didn't look back. So the guy was telling me that the man was a little upset. Did you ever hear her say, call anybody a monkey or something like that? And I heard a lot of stuff she said about people in the job and stuff. And she was friends with the supervisor, and the supervisor, well, that two peas in a pot, okay? I was like, no, y'all not gonna have me to pick with, cause I'm out. And like I said, still to the day, we still get talked about our hair, the way that we look, and stuff like that. But I'm starting to think that these people that are saying these things about us, they can only look one way, one or two ways, a ponytail and the hair straight. And some of them here, some people here, and I'm just not, I'm not colorist. I like everybody, but I thought that there was some racial there. It was something. Listen, I'm gonna call it out. This woman didn't like black people, and she made it very clear when she said Monkey Joe's, because there is Monkey Joe's where they have parties and stuff, but she said that about somebody in the company, and that pissed me off, and it was time for me to go because the little things that she was trying to do to me, I was like, man, I ain't leaving because you trying to pick and stuff like that. But I figured she was miserable. I really did. And so I said, well, and see, sometimes kindness, the old saying, what kindness to do. So every time she tried to say something nasty, I made myself extra smart. You know, I made sure when I came in there, I had my shower because they think some people ain't clean, but let me tell you something. Don't even try that. I was showered every morning before I went to work and did my hair different ways. If sometimes I wore my pretty wigs and they hung down, now you can take that and any way that you want to, you know. And this, what I'm doing, has nothing to do with you. As long as I come in there and do my job, you can call whoever you want to and whisper and think I don't see them looking because you can't do nothing with your hair. Listen, let me just say this. I'm out of there. And the next person that comes in, I hope that they'll be able to deal with this woman, and I could have stayed, but I refused to. I'm like, I ain't got to take this mess. Shoot. Listen. So anyway, I'm just saying that, I just want to say that still to the day, people will talk about us and how we look, our braids, our hair, and different things like that, which shouldn't bother anyone. You can do something to your hair, if you want to, don't be mad because, some people do, want to take pride in themselves and, they do like to look good. I mean, you know, but listen, guys. So that's the little story that I just want to tell you that we still going through that. Even when you're an older woman and a younger woman, I'm telling you. But anyway, let me just say this. When you get on them jobs, you do you. Let them do you. They can have tattoos all over their body. She had tattoos on her there, and here was pink. And you was worried about mine and the way I came into work and how I look. I went through that years ago when I was on a job. Don't tell me that I'm an older woman and and that and you're bothered. Hmm. Hmm. Well, anyway, listen. Check this out. You want to support my channel? I'll put it down in the description. Like my channel and hit that notification, and that whenever I put out another video, you'll be notified. So, anyway, guys, listen, be safe and be blessed. See ya.